Hello, writers. Today is our kickoff day officially for our version of NaNoWriMo for this next 3 weeks. And I'm really excited for you guys. I just kind of wanted to go over today expectations, what you should try to do, plus some tips, okay? So first of all, if you don't already have kind of a distraction-free space that you're working in, I do really recommend that for concentrated writing time. Every time that I have set out on a goal to kind of accomplish a word count, and I'm setting today to tell you guys that during your hour and a half that if you were here in class, or the time that you should be working, you want to try to aim for at least 500 words today. I would try to get a little bit more if you can, but 500 words will be attainable. And then when we have class again in person, if you set your in class time for an hour and a half, then that's another 500 words. And that means that your outside time that you need to try to get that extra 500 done before you turn in your word counts for Sunday. So distraction-free zone. I also recommend creating yourself a working playlist. I'm going to share my playlist with you that I think that you might like. So I'm lazy about my playlists, and I just look up playlists that are writing themed or focus themed. But if there's really music that kind of gets you in the zone, then I recommend setting yourself up a playlist that you can listen to. I'll post some of the playlists that I like on my NaNoWriMo site, and then also in Google Classroom in the stream. I'm really into classical music right now, so if that's not your jam, then totally understand that. And then setting kind of, if you're stuck, giving yourself some leeway to kind of explore options using the resources that I gave you guys. The character building resource is a really great one because it kind of lets you flesh out some characters, and then that can help you brainstorm where do you think that you want these people to go. Looking at different photos, getting inspired by those, spending some time with plotting. You can turn those documents in to count for your word count. So if you're really stuck and you're not really sure where to begin, those can be really helpful tools. The goal is to turn off that critical part of your brain that is going to kind of second guess, like when we're writing a paper, sometimes we stop and we read back over the paragraph and we kind of obsess over it. It's to kind of maybe turn that off for this and just kind of let the words and the ideas flow so that you can feel creative of your own rights. And then if you get stuck, or if you have problems, or you need moral support, or you need encouragement, or you want for me to look at what you're writing and give you some feedback, send me an email or shoot me a remind message. I'm more than happy to help inspire you and lift you up. This again is an exercise, so it's not right now about perfection. Next week we'll be picking out something that is just a 500 word segment of what we wrote that we want to share with the world and get feedback on our actual writing. But I want for you to kind of think about this as an exercise, okay? So our goal is to kind of break up or divorce ourselves from the idea that we can't write this much, that this is a hard thing for us to do. And also for us to be put into that writer's mindset, right? Next semester, when we really delve into literature, we have to think about the writer's mindset. We want to think about what influenced them as they were writing, what was going on in their world. So if you're stuck and you don't know a plot point, or you're not sure where to go with what you have, then kind of taking the world and thinking, what can I use from the real world that's going on right now? Or how can I even fictionalize myself? Right now we've got this drama of the election, right? We don't know who's won. We don't know what's going on. There's a lot of speculation. It might be weeks, which can be very anxiety producing for some people. But it also gives you lots of opportunity to play with what is it like? Can you imagine this is like it was before mass media? So, and in the very founding days of our country, when there were elections, people had to wait weeks or months to find out who was president. You might not even find out who the president was until inauguration day. So because of the way that news was shared. And this for me, I'm 41 years old. This is the first time in my lifetime that I did not know who the president was who had been elected by the next day, because this is a historic mail-in ballot, which is exactly how people in the olden times had to vote. So you could even play with that idea. You could set yourself historically back in time and imagine what that world would be like. So take advantage of what is around you, be inspired by what is around you, fill your brain with creative things. I like to write with a hot cup of tea or coffee or something like that, because it kind of nourishes my soul while I write. So do things that you can to kind of get in what's called a huggy mindset, a comfy, cozy mindset, where you're in a safe, relaxing space. You're listening to music that makes you feel creative, and then you're just going for it. Okay, so I look forward to reading what you write when you turn it in on Sunday. And I just want you to all know that you are fantastic and you can do this. Okay, all right, I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.